this is what is why now I'm invited a guest. I'm gonna see if his system checks. Sis, can you just shout out for us?
Hello, everyone.
Yes, you're clear. In fact, yeah, we can hear you. We can hear, definitely 100% hear you. That's definitely cool. Cause sorry guys, I have to sometimes guesswork this whole system. You know, when you got so many different ways of plugging into the radio ways. Anyway, still, it's like, oh my god, is this going to work? Because you know, technology these days, anyway, it's so fantastic. But I am on live with Sandeep Louise. Yeah, and what's up, sis, man? What's up, sis? I have to salute you, sis, because you do amazing, great, extra hot. I'm like this going,
Thank you.
You do a really, really great job with that still, yeah. And I'll just have to definitely encourage you, you know, because you're just inspirational. Like you just been grinding it out, you know what I mean, through COVID, through lockdowns, and everything like that still, yeah. But I just want to get everyone to obviously to see you come on the station and see what I believe you're probably the youngest presenter on the whole platform, so you're the baby, and so that's real cool. But like yeah, just tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and because everyone's like, it's talk, girl, let me hear what you're about still anyway. So yeah, so definitely, sis, man, you just shout out, let us know what you're about, man, and what angle you coming on with this whole gospel music of black origin, you know what I mean, and just talk the truth, man, you know what I'm saying. So this is where we at, man. Go for it, sis. Yeah.
So my name's Sandeep Louise Bardwaj. That's my full name. So from that, you could probably gather like what ethnicity is this person? I am half Indian. My dad is Indian, and I'm half white. So my mom's from Yorkshire.
Yorkshire.
So that's me in a nutshell, and I'm the baby of my family. I'm the youngest in my family. I've got 2 older brothers, so I'm used to being the baby in these situations. So coming into Affinity Radio, I fit that mold well.
That's calm. That's great.
You know what? I love I've always loved music. I've always loved gospel music, and it's funny, one of the genres I've always loved to listen to is Motown music.
Okay.
And soul music. I've always liked it. It's always been like, if I can listen to something, that will be my jam. But with gospel music in particular, I think for me, something I love is good lyrics and a good beat. And sometimes people think of Christian music or gospel music, and you just think, you probably just think like either hymns if you're from the Western world, or you think like over repetitive music from the Pentecostal world. Do you know what I mean? Where it's just you're repeating the same line until the Spirit comes and slays everyone. God, and so you get that in between thing. For me, it's just how do we get music looking like almost like how the secular world does it, but for us Christians, because we want to listen to good lyrics, we want to listen to soulful, inspirational things. So doing the Xtra Hot show, it's amazing because I get to bring that to people. We get to look at tracks together, don't we? And be like, oh my God, that's so good. Or who's this person? Half of them I've never heard of. But they're killing it in the gospel world. So it's amazing. It's great to be a part of a station that celebrates that music and that's bringing it to the forefront.
But the joke is now, people going now like this, so what church did she go to? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, you did not go to no hardcore Pentecostal Church of God church, did you, growing up?
No, but when I lived in Birmingham, I did visit one church. It was kind of non-denominational, but was a predominantly black church. Okay. And I loved it. Every week I'd go, I loved it. And my dad's a pastor of my church. So growing up, I grew up in a non-denominational church, probably evangelical route. Yeah. I've always been around a mixture of different people, of different ethnicities. My friendship groups have always been predominantly mixed, but also mainly black friends. But I've been around a lot of different churches, like with my dad, because my dad preaches as well. So we've always preached around different churches, and I've always had to go along, you know. I know. But now definitely feel that one. You know me. You have to, get a taste of all cultures now. Listening to all the tracks so far, what are some of the tracks that's really hit you? We've now recorded 9 episodes. Yeah, what artists have really like gone to you and thinking, yo, this is crazy cool? Yeah, let me think. There's one coming up. We haven't got the show's not out yet, but there's one track that's got me, and you'll probably know who I'm about to say. Am I allowed to say it?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, 9th Innings with I Hate You. When I listened to that track, I was like, oh, no, he's saying some really controversial stuff. But when you understand his heart behind that track, it's deep what he's saying. And I think it can resonate with a lot of people because he shares his frustrations with the image of the church and stuff. Now, I don't know him as an artist. I haven't heard any of his other tracks. I've only just been introduced him, so I'm keen to actually listen to some more of his tracks.
Okay.
That threw me though. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Who else has stood out for me? Terry Ann has stood out for me. We've played a couple of her tracks. She's got a track coming on again. Some of the shows coming up. But we played her on like the first two.
Yeah, first two. One of the first two shows. Yeah. I think she was on the first one actually. I think. Yeah. She
might have been on our first. Yeah. But I like her tracks. I just think she's got such a beautiful voice. Literally, and her lyrics and her it just has soul in it. I just think the lyrics are really inspirational and really I like a gospel song that uplifts my spirit, that encourages me to walk in my faith. If a gospel song can do that, I'm like, this is on the right tracks. It's supposed to encourage, uplift, to spur you on in your walk, or to challenge you and be like, oh man. There was a reggae track we had. Are you answer the question?
Dwayne Fire. Yeah. You're in there, you're out.
That one got me. I was like, it's such a fun tune, but when you hear the lyrics, it's a real call to like, are you in? Are you out? It's a serious call. It's oh. So I like that track. That stands out a lot. There's a couple that stand out actually that we've played.
No, most definitely. And I think that, for me, it's about getting out there. One of my biggest frustrations, as I said to you in the past, is that, I feel that, we just do not get the investment around the world into black artists. I think they invest into the style, but not into the artists. And that's a major, major frustration for me. But what I would say is I'm looking at like grime as well. Now when we look at some of the new stuff that's coming through, and I know youngsters, I work with young people who are like 60, it doesn't matter what color they are. I work with youths that in the communities doing madness, whether they're white or black. Listen, they're on the grime and drill thing absolutely stupidly hard, whether you're in Scotland, whether you're in Birmingham, whichever part of the country you're into this. And it's amazing how we haven't had investment in Christian music in these type of genres, and it just defies logic now. You looking at youngsters coming through in your church now, if you brought to them some of the sounds of the young grime artists that have got stuff out there, I don't know what your opinion is. I'm sure they'll be impacted by what they're doing as well.
100%, because I work really closely with the youth in my church actually. We're really passionate about our youth, and they're the next leaders. It's the next generation coming up, and it's like, what are they listening to? Because even with grime, there's a side of grime which is the secular world, and thing with grime is that artists are always speaking from their experience, which is a good thing. But if their reality is only a one-sided reality of dark things, that's from which they're going to be speaking about. But if you have there was I can't remember the name of the artist, but we had a grime artist on, and he was, I can't remember the artist, but we had one of his songs on.
Feed Him. Was it Feed Him? Or Pressure J Conversations? Pressure J,
that's the one. Pressure J with his track. And to see him coming up and being like creating the same genre, but with lyrics which actually point you towards the light. Yes, it sheds a light on the realities with whatever environment you're living in, but it points you somewhere better. And I think that's what we can miss that. And I think, like you said, there's a lot of gospel black music that doesn't get the investment or isn't recognized for what it is. It's sidelined, and it's this is really good stuff.
100%. And this is why, for me, and I think this is in a lot of worlds, is that you got the media over here and the music over there and artists over there, and we need to come together and realize that everybody needs platforms to promote their music. You cannot think you're gonna go far on spending £1,000 on Instagram advertising and thinking that you're gonna make it big. You're gonna have people talking about your music, passionately pushing out your music, and it have influencers influencing people to listen to your music. And all can do. And sometimes, you know what, Sandy, I think sometimes we have a microwave generation who thinks they want to be stars before they're aged 21, 22, and I think that if they don't make it, they get discouraged. And I feel that, what, what people don't realize that the likes of Lecrae, the likes of The Truth, these guys who were founders of, not founders, beginning guys, when it came to like the more popular element of hip hop, when things transformed, these guys didn't really start breaking through to the late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because Lecrae knows spring chicken. I know that for sure because because it came
he's way on the older side.
He's 40 plus, man, because like, you know what I'm saying, you know, and The Truth is, I'm sure he's literally 40 plus as well. He's more closer to my age, and I'm 44, and I know that people are like, how you know that? Because man, I've done shows with them, man. I was like, I'm like, I had Lecrae in my yard, like, yo, what's up? Like, listen, that was so crazy, you know. I'm Lecrae in my yard. I didn't think nothing of it, man. And people are like,
because a lot of those artists came through GL.
Yeah, GL Live, man. Yeah, so the Truth and like Valley Music back in the day, and which was great fun. And but one thing I do know is that basically they were maturing in life, and they come through. And I think I just encourage artists out there to keep at it, you know what I mean, keep focused.
It's the consistency and the perseverance, because a lot with the younger generation, I'm part of the young generation these days. I'm borderline Gen Z, so I know what I'm talking about with this. We do not like the process. We want the mountaintop without climbing the mountain. This is exactly the problem we have. And when we think we're meant to get to the mountaintop in our 20s, whether that's musically as an artist or whether that's just generally in life where you got to be married with kids and have your house and whatever and a mortgage. We think we got to get it by our 20s. And then you hit your 20s and you're like, oh, that's not even close in my radar. Like, you got to take the process, because that's where the character building comes. That's where God moves and works and shapes you so that you're ready for the mountaintop. Can't reach a mountaintop if you haven't appreciated the journey up. Do you know what I mean?
100% is 100. No, that's definitely fine.
And I speak that from experience. I'm the mountaintop person. Like, Lord, I should be up there.
Yeah.
It's like, no, enjoy the journey.
You like this, the journey is hard. Jesus, the journey is hard, but it's not until you get there you realize the process has made you the right person for the mountaintop. You know,
and to appreciate the mountaintop.
Yeah. More important, because when you get there, people mess it up, man. You know what I mean? And that's where people kind of, you know what I mean? They totally mess up the opportunities. Now, you're creative now. Have a bit of chat about your other creative stuff, because I know we spoke about your love for music and whatever there still, but you're overall creative. What else do you do out there anyway still,
So when I was at uni, I studied media and communication. I originally wanted to be a journalist, and I wanted to be reporting in like war zones. This was my big dream. Did journalism as a module and was like, sack that.
Hold on. Sorry, that hit me. You wanted to do war zones?
I wanted to be like frontline in all where the action was. And this was my dream. I was like, I want to be a reporter. I want to go to the war zones. I want to report on all the gunfire and all the action. You know, I grew up with two older brothers, so obviously the movies have all influenced me. So
have you watched Band of Brothers? Have you watched Band of Brothers?
Yeah.
You want to be on that front line? You're mad. Like, yo.
I was like, someone needs to report on it though. It's exciting.
Listen, I reported on Skype.
yeah, from a distance. I'll do it over Zoom. But what happened was I studied journalism. I did the module at uni. Soon found out I was great at it. I was amazing at it because I can get information very well. Like I can talk to people really well, which is good. But I was like, this is not the industry for me. So I moved more down a TV and radio route. Huh?
Why is that?
Well, you look at journalism today, all of us in our journalism class was like, we want to be the ones to change the journalistic industry. We want to make journalism good again, because it's so, you know, people aren't reporting correct news. It's not the truth, cool. Blah, blah, blah. As the weeks went on, I don't know, I just realized, I was like, this is too big. This is not my calling. This is not my battle to take. So I was like out of there. I was like, I was like, I was like, no.
Yeah, I got you.
But I went down a TV and radio route, and so content creating shows, different things like that. And presenting was my thing at uni. I just loved it. And so I was part of the TV the TV station that we had as students, hosted shows there, did all of that, which was really fun. When I left there, I then joined a mission organisation in Birmingham called Agape. So I kind of put my media creative stuff aside for a year to just get trained up in theology training, mission training, things like that, because I've got a real heart to share the gospel with people and stuff. And now finished that kind of internship phase, which was amazing, grew me so much. But then I was like, I just felt a real urge in my heart. I was like, God wants me to do something digital, something about the online world, something where I'm got my foot in the door of creating things. And now I work for a Christian theatre company, Salt Mine. So I work there as the digital communications lead. So I basically work with our media team to create content that we're putting out, to communicate what we're doing.
Good.
And I also work for my church now as an online producer. So again, creating content and putting stuff out on social media. I just love creating videos and things and trying things. There's a lot of dreams I have which I haven't yet even touched, because I'm just like, can I do it? Is it the right time?
Okay.
You know, you have those things and you have it on the side.
100%. Yeah.
So I'm realizing now just to like pace myself and to just take what I can in this season and roll with it and just see what God does within that, which I'm loving it. And so the timing of even coming in touch with Affinity Radio and Affinity Xtra and doing the show now and stuff like that, oh, it's amazing. I love it because it gets my creative juices flowing.
Crazy.
Which I just love. So yeah.
Oh, that's definitely crazy. So now, we're looking at getting involved. You know, we're doing our thing when it comes to Affinity Action, whatever, and we're just about starting things off. And then obviously this thing called Corona hit the ground. Now, sounding about hearing your life right about now, it's all reliant on interaction and being out there, being creative. Now, how have you got through this period? You know what I'm saying? Because now we're 6-7 months deep into this now. Yeah, how have you got through this?
So at the beginning of lockdown, when I knew in April that like we weren't allowed to leave our homes and things like that, something I'd been wanting to do for ages was vlogging. Okay. But I just didn't push myself. I kept saying, oh, you know, when this happens, I'll do it. When that happens, I'll do it. When I can do this, I'll do it. And I pushed myself. On the first day of lockdown, I put it out. I was like, I'm going to do a lockdown diary. Okay, and I did it through the whole of April, where I just vlogged my day. Okay. And you know what? It was good for me, mental health wise, just giving me something to do each day, and polishing my skills and things like that. And then obviously putting it out was just fun to do. Yeah. That kept me going. The thing of, I did different things. I literally did the most random stuff. I made a video about how to make lasagna. I'm not no cook. Like I cooked it once and I made a video and was like, here's how to make lasagna, guys. Like random stuff like that. But that definitely got me through. I think because my creativity is all to do with the online world, and that's really where my passion is. It's like how do we create art online? That's basically the nutshell of it. Yeah. Lockdown was the space where it just blew up for me. It genuinely did. My church needed help. They were like, Sandy, we need help with our online content. Please, can you help? I was like, sure. They were like, can you host a quiz series? I was like, yes. They were like, make it up yourself. So I made up this whole quiz series around sweets. So we called it Pick and Mix, and it was just a fun quiz. So for me, in my area, what I'm doing, it's like a booming time. It's not been easy, but it's been a booming time that we can just throw content online easy. Like when you're creative like that, you can create something out of nothing, and it just boom, there it is. But I think from a music perspective, I really find like my heart goes out to like the artists out there that are creating music, because there's the revenue side of it, the realism of actually you got to make, this is your living. And I think for artists, it's just been a terrible season, hasn't it? Because like I watched a video today of Beverly Knight had performed on Children in Need. Okay. And she released a video afterwards because she was like, I haven't sung on stage for months. She was like, this is the first performance I've done. And she was so touched just to be able to actually give a performance. Wow. Because it's like, it's choking when you can't actually express yourself, release the thing that is your passion, which is your calling, which is your creative outlet. It can be really hard and damaging. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, 1,000%. I totally agree with it, and I do kind of like, you know, definitely feel for the artists out there. I do feel that it's a new season. I don't think the world it will be the same. I do feel that this season is going to change everything for creatives. I think that we'll still be creative, but the ones who are still going to be doing things that, because the thing is, you got to think about it. Artistry hasn't really changed for artists in terms of delivery. Obviously, instruments change, but it hasn't changed since Top of the Pops, since the war. You could effectively say, you know, people perform on stages and it just carry on and just do what the thing. Now it's going to be a change, you know, and
I really do believe that artists need to almost change who they communicate with, change how they communicate. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the realization of that. I would say that we are influencers. Yeah. Now we're not artists are gone. And I said this about a year ago. You know, to my friends, I was like, you know what? You as an artist, you're an influencer now. You know what I mean? Gone are the days you're high behind your tracks. People are watching your life. You know what I'm saying? People watch your life more than they watch your tracks. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one Christian artist won't expose him out there, but he said, "Stop reading my feed. My feed ain't my life. I'm afraid I can judge you by your feed." I don't care what anyone says.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, your online world should reflect how your real world works, or whatever it 100%. Is you're doing, whether it's a business or
don't
whatever.
Don't fake it. Yeah.
The two, you can't I know people love to mask themselves online.
Yeah.
But realistically, if you use the online world well, your reality should match that well. Yeah. That's how they should go together and match. And I think if you ain't used that way, you're doing something wrong.
It's like, I know people seem like they're flossing online, you know what I mean? And you look and you're thinking, yo, there's no gaps in this, you know. And you go,
so this is the thing, because like, so for example, now artists could easily just put their content online and be like, oh guys, like and share this and whatever. But at the same time, like, I think when Will Smith came online and Instagram, you know, and did his thing,
trust me,
the biggest thing he realized was that actually from his perspective of being in Hollywood and whatever, like the relationship between consumer and artist has changed. There's no gap anymore.
No.
People don't want that gap of mystery.
No.
We want to know everything about your life.
Yes.
So if you ain't willing to put that online, it's sad, but you're going to be at a disadvantage almost, because people want to know the behind the scenes of like Charlie Puth. Now he is an example of someone who I follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
Because I think musically he's like a genius.
Okay.
So I like to follow him just to see how he's doing music. And for him, now, what he does on Instagram, he'll do things where he shows how he's made a track.
Okay.
Little riffs that he's thinking of, he'll post online and things like that. So you see a bit into his life. Now, he's someone who's like a massive artist, but there's the artist Happy that we had on the...
Happy, yeah.
Now, he's again... He is my favorite now because he did that challenge online, Happy Flip This, where he's literally changing genres, changing tracks, and he's showing us how to do it.
Yeah,
this is like
scary.
It's like a masterclass for free for artists that are growing up and like trying to get into it and learn new things. These other artists that are making it are now literally, this is your field to like pass on to the next generation. It's exciting. But that sort of stuff wouldn't have. There's all these ideas and things that have been birthed through lockdown. It's like lockdown's been devastating in one sense. But I think for creativity, for me personally, and I think for others I've seen, I can't say this for everyone because I can't speak for everyone's experience, but I really think it's something that's birthed a newness, like you were saying, a newness of creativity and opportunity online. Because you could reach 10 people at a show, but online you can reach 10 million. In a minute.
And this is what I when I used to do live, like people would say to me, why aren't you making your venues bigger? I actually made my venues smaller because I got the idea that, you know what, let me record the show and show it to millions afterwards on YouTube.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So I almost was like kind of preempting this, but I didn't preempt the corona thing, but preempting that basically people were like, people will prefer to stay at home and experience the event than actually go to the event, you know what I mean? And
exactly,
and it's how we evolved to it, how this world do it. And I would say, you know, we never planned to do Affinity Xtra because of corona. We actually planned it to do it anyway, so it's actually kind of
because like we planned to like rebirth the attic and things like that. There was already things that were going to be happening irrelevant online. Of lockdown, but then lockdown kind of just made it happen quicker, I guess, or just allowed it to happen in a way that gave it a better birthing.
100%, because it could be Christmas time, people could be stuck in the yard and what they can listen to, what's wholesome. Affinity Xtra, what else? You know what I mean? So
exactly that.
So we're gonna be celebrating our music, and sis, I have to say, from the bossman levels of Affinity Xtra, we have to salute yourself for getting involved with us. You could have said no because you're a superstar artist in the Black Country area. I just emphasize to everyone before, sis, that, you know, you are from the Black Country, and you don't
Yes,
you don't want to be called Sophie from Birmingham, yeah?
No, but I do love Birmingham. I lived there for 4 years. I studied there. I worked there.
Okay.
My heart, honestly, Birmingham's got a huge place in my heart. So I had a lot of people when I lived in Brum that would just mistake me for a Brummie, and like in the end. At first, I would be like, actually, I'm from the Black Country, and I have to explain myself. By the end of it, I was like, yeah, Brummie, we'll go for it for now, yeah.
And I love it when
I appreciate being a part of the Affinity family. It's brilliant.
Nah, that's calm still. And then obviously, you got a bit of Yorkshire. Yorkshire.
Got your mum in there, and the accent and everything.
Oh, okay. Which part? Which part of Yorkshire?
My mum's from East Hull. East Yorkshire, in a place called Hull.
In Hull. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. No, Hull. Obviously,
it got the City of Culture a few years ago, which is a hilarious thing. But yeah.
So I'll take it's not
whatever that means.
It's not that cultural. But listen, sis, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the all what you're doing anyway. So thanks again for for this time, and I'll post this out and let people hear what you're saying, where you're coming from. And listen, thanks again, and just. We'll check out Affinity, like the Extra Hot show, guys. You know what I mean? Because we've got some great tracks coming up, and we're coming up to Christmas now, so we're gonna be having a great debate about what Christmas songs are. And I guarantee you, there's only gonna be about 2 releases of Christmas songs. Even though we so-called Christians are going in this whole gospel music scene, I bet you there's only gonna be 2 new releases. Everyone be like, go to my album that I released in 1985 and play that track. You know what I mean? It's Christmas. We're meant to be celebrating Christmas, and we only got 2 tracks coming out. By the sounds of things, for what fresh music, so artists rewrite Silent Night and release it. You know what I mean? Do what we all do. You know what I'm saying? Just do Silent Night with a better beat, and we'll be cool with it. You know, and we'll play it on Affinity Extra, because we just need to Silent Night, Heart There All Day, and just sing. And if you dare do it, what's the song that I'll call it the Home Alone song?
Which one?
Holy Night. Is it Holy Night? Oh, Holy Night.
Oh, I don't even know what that song's called. I just know it's a good track. Angels, Summit.
Yeah. But anyway,
or is it Glory? I don't know. It's
just sample it to make a rap over it, man. Somebody just do something, man. You know what I'm saying? Happy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I might say happy. Flip me Christmas, man. Flip me Christmas.
Happy flip that.
You know what I'm saying? That's an idea. I might have to message him.
That would be sick. If we can get that. Listen, Happy, we're calling you out. Just do that so I can get it on my show. I'd be really happy. Christmas challenge for you.
All right then. You better not come with if I don't celebrate Christmas. I'll be like, what do you mean? Anyway, so you know what I'm saying. So I get all emotional anyway. But sis, thanks again for jumping on with us, man. And this is Roger on the Edge Show alongside the Affinity Extra Hot hostess of the mostess. Jesus Christ. All day long. Anyway, so I'm trying to work out that phrase, where I got that phrase from. But I know I got it from somewhere anyway. So I'm just like crazy anyway. But this is Enough Love, and this is Roger right here, signing out with Sandeep Louise. Yeah, man, you take care, sister, man. Yeah, bless you, man. Over now. Hopefully, guys, you enjoyed that there still. Yeah, and that was Sandeep Louise from Affinity Extra, from the Extra Hot show. And I play a track that's kind of like one of my hot tracks anyway. So that is going to be Stacey Sarpong. Check this out, man.